If you're hearing this, it's for a reason. Welcome to Beyond Inspiration. What if I told you that the biggest regrets in life are not about what we did, but what we kept postponing? There was a man who learned this too late. At 31, he was successful. He had money, respect, a stable life. But he also had something else, a quiet emptiness he couldn't explain. And one day, he visited someone he never thought would change his life. His 90-year-old grandfather. A man who had lived through wars, loss, poverty, love, and silence. That day, the old man said just a few sentences. But those sentences didn't just stay in his mind. They rewrote his entire life. And today, I want to share that story with you, because it might do the same for you. He didn't plan to go. Honestly, he had been avoiding it for months. Work was too busy. Life was too fast. But when his mother called and said, "Grandpa isn't doing well. You should come if you want to see him one last time," something inside him shifted. That phrase, "one last time," has a strange way of rearranging priorities. So he went. The house was the same old place he remembered from childhood. Wooden door, faded paint, the smell of old books and herbal tea. And there he was, his grandfather, small, fragile, but somehow present in a way nothing else in the room was. The old man smiled when he saw him. Not a big smile, just enough to say, "I was waiting." After some silence, the grandson tried to make conversation. "How are you feeling, Grandpa?" The old man chuckled softly. "Same as always, just closer to the end than I was yesterday." The grandson laughed nervously, but the old man didn't. Instead, he looked at him for a long moment and said, "Tell me something. Are you living your life or just managing it?" The question hit harder than expected. He smiled awkwardly. "I think I'm doing okay. Work is good. Life is stable." The grandfather nodded slowly. Then he said something strange. "Stable is what people call a life that has stopped growing." The room felt heavier after that sentence. The old man suddenly asked, "Do you remember your childhood dream?" The grandson paused. He did remember. He wanted to be a writer. Not just any writer, someone who told stories that made people feel alive. But that was years ago. Before responsibilities. Before real life. Before fear became normal. "I stopped chasing it," he admitted quietly. The grandfather nodded again, as if he already knew. Then came the twist. The old man slowly reached under his bed and pulled out an old wooden box. Inside were notebooks, dozens of them. The grandson froze. "These are yours," the old man said. The grandson looked confused. The grandfather smiled. "I never told you this, but every time you visited me as a child, you left your little stories here. You said one day you would come back for them." A long silence. Then the truth landed. The grandfather had been preserving his forgotten dreams. For years. Waiting. The grandson sat down slowly. His hands were shaking slightly. "Why did you keep these?" he asked. The old man looked at him, eyes calm but deep. "Because I wanted to remind myself what happens when dreams are postponed long enough." He paused. "They stop feeling like yours." That sentence stayed in the air. Then came the part that changed everything. The grandfather said, "I have lived 90 years. Do you know what I regret?" The grandson didn't answer. The old man continued, "I don't regret failing. I don't regret losing money. I don't regret mistakes." Another pause. "I regret all the times I waited for the right time." Silence again. Then the final blow. Because the right time never comes. You either choose it or you lose it. The grandfather reached for a final envelope. "This is for you," he said. The grandson opened it slowly. Inside was a short letter, but the first line froze him. "If you are reading this, I am probably not here anymore." His heart dropped, but he continued reading. Don't wait for life to make sense before you start living it. Don't become someone who is always preparing but never becoming. I waited, and I lost too much time doing it. Then the final line. "Promise me you will not live your life as my regret." The grandson couldn't speak, and for the first time in years, he cried, not from sadness, but from realization. The grandfather passed away 2 weeks later, but something stayed alive. Not just memories, but a decision. The grandson quit postponing his life. He didn't quit his job immediately. He didn't destroy everything. He started small, waking up earlier, writing again, sharing his work, taking risks he used to avoid. And slowly, life started responding. But not because life changed, because he did. Regret is not loud. It doesn't scream. It whispers, slowly over years. I should have tried. I should have started. I should have spoken. I should have lived. And by the time we hear it clearly, it is often too late to answer. So maybe the real question is, what do you want to do in life? But rather, what are you still waiting for? Because one day, someone younger than you might look at your life and realize what you never did, and you won't get another chance to fix it. If this story made you pause, you are exactly where you need to be. Welcome to Beyond Inspiration. Keep going, because this is Beyond Inspiration. Subscribe for more reminders that your story isn't over.